Peddler Demon Hunter is actually one of the best, if not the best deck in Hearthstone after the latest patch, so in this video I'm gonna try to give you guys a detailed guide about it, so you know what to expect with as well as against it. I hope you find the video helpful, and if you do, I would appreciate it if you drop a like and subscribe to the channel, but now let's get into the guide.
You are not prepared!
Here's the list I used, and I gotta say, it does feel a little bit counterintuitive here and there, especially the fact that we also have Chronolord Deos in here, but all around the deck does work pretty well, especially when it curves out properly. You are gonna notice we're actually running Borxigar in here, and I was having a hard time understanding why the hell we even have this card in here, but the main reason is this actually kinda gives you a decent amount of cycle with the portals, which you could be slapping with the weapon, so all around it does make a good amount of sense, but no, you're not actually trying to play Borxigar, you're basically cycling through your deck. What does this deck try to do? Well, you get to discount a lot with the help of Peddler, and you get to overwhelm the opponent with all sorts of different things, including Ferocious Fellbat, the Perennial Serpents, Zilliaxes, and all sorts of crap out of your Window Shopper, which could be pretty awesome. Elise is also in here, with which you could be getting yourself a lot of extra stuff, and we also have the Raging Fell Screamer, which really helps you do the Peddler thing a lot sooner. Going through the cards, we have the Portal, obviously, and this thing costing 0 mana definitely helps you basically draw for just by using your hero power, but also don't forget you could be fishing out extra portals with the help of Axe of Cenarius, but you actually need to be killing minions with this thing, so if you get a portal and you kill it with this thing, you're actually gonna draw a card from the portal, but I'm actually not sure if the interaction is gonna work like this. If you kill a portal minion with the axe, is that gonna draw you the next portal straight out? I haven't tested it, but I have a feeling it should work that way. Do let me know in the comments if that's how it works. We have a couple of red cards in here. You could use those aggressively just for the sake of connecting phase, but you could also use them for the sake of your Perennial Serpents. The 2 Tusk Piercers are gonna help you fish out your Peddlers as well as your Ferocious Fellbat. Borxigar, like I said, you don't really get to play this guy much. The games just don't last that long, and you're really not tryharding to play him either. The Grim Harvest helps you with the card draw as well as with the Perennial Serpents. Infestation is basically 8 damage on a stick. Only for 4 mana you get to handle something really big this way. The Axe of Cenarius does have lifesteal on it. Usually you're probably gonna want to go face with this thing, but like I said, you could also be farming some portals this way too. Return policy is pretty nice. Usually you're going to be using it for your Ferocious Fellbats, but in some cases you might just pop it out for Spirit Peddler so you can get the discount on something big, and in some very niche situations you might even use it for a Tusk Piercer so you can actually fish out one of the Death Rattle minions. If you didn't get lucky the first time with the Peddler, maybe the second time you will. The 2 Wyvern Slumbers help you with either 2 damage AoE or a couple of more dormant minions, and usually the dormant minions is what you're going to go for, but obviously if the board is full with 2 health minions, you'd rather just clear them out. This again is going to help you with the Serpent, and it does guarantee you at least one of the minions is gonna be lasting for 2 turns or more, because you always get 2 different dormant minions. The Dangerous Cliffside is also in here, with which you could be chipping out a little bit of extra damage, but also you could be using it to control the board. At least the Navigator could be awesome here. Using her as a 1 mana location for a 1/1 copy would be huge, both for the Peddler and for the Ferocious Fellbat. In some cases you could use her for 5 mana for the 2/1 rushers, maybe even give him +2 attack, and in certain niche situations you might even go for the 10 mana, especially if you have yourself an Eladari out of the Window Shopper, so getting yourself a 10/10 copy and +4 attack could be straight out lethal if you manage to time it right, but usually the games don't go that long. And also the fact that the 10 mana location cannot be discounted by the Peddler doesn't make things easier. Xavius also helps you draw out your stuff, and you could find yourself some of your important minions with some extra cool dark gifts. Just make sure to pay attention what those dark gifts are, because sometimes, even though you're looking for a minion, another option might turn out to be a lot better. The Raging Fell Screamer is amazing. Coining this guy on turn 3 allows it a Peddler on turn 4, and that can be huge. But don't forget you also have things like Xavius as a demon, as well as Window Shopper and the Ferocious Fellbat, so those also could eat up your discount if you're not careful. The Window Shopper is pretty awesome, especially when it goes down to 0, because that is going to give you another 0 mana 6/5 minion, and you could be getting all sorts of different things like the Eladaris, like Spirit Peddler, like Ferocious Fellbat, but there's also plenty of low rolls too, so don't always expect some amazing things. Plenty of Amalgam minions out there, and so on and so forth. The 1 mana mini is also pretty decent, but from that one, the odds of you getting something amazing are not that great. You could be getting yourself a Mechtherodon for 1 mana, which is cute. There are a few other pretty amazing options like Peddler and Ferocious Fellbat, but all in all, usually it's not that amazing. The Peddler obviously is huge, and that is why the deck is called this way. The Peddler just does way too much, and if you get to double up this guy's discount several times, you basically get to drop your entire hand, but against some opponents that might not be the way to go. For instance, the Warrior can just clear you, but other classes don't handle big boards this early that well. The thing about the the Peddler is, if you're against somebody who doesn't want you to get triggered Peddler, they might actually play small minions for you not to be able to kill it off at least the first time. They might also freeze it a bunch of times, shuffle it back into your deck, hex it, and so on and so forth. So in some cases, you might actually want to wait for the opponent to play something big enough for you to actually kill it with the Peddler, but most of the time you just eat it and hope for the best. With Chronolord Deos, I haven't managed to figure out an absolute broken combo with this thing and why he is in the deck, but he still does give you a lot of stuff. Like, you could get yourself 4 Spirit Peddlers out of the Ferocious Fellbat this way, you could get discount triggering twice, you could get double Window Shopper twice, and so on and so forth. So there's definitely plenty of broken things you could do with this guy, but there's no single thing you really want to be doing every time or anything like that. Technically, you could get yourself an extra Ziliax as well. So yeah, he is an interesting card, but there's no actual busted combo, at least I haven't seen it with him. He just does a little bit more when you get to do a lot of stuff. The Ferocious Fellbat is super huge, and this would be the best thing you could be going for from return policy, because that literally summons you a couple of 6/6s with the discount. And getting to play an extra one also doesn't hurt, and this is a great way to actually remain sticky on the board so you can get some damage in, even if the opponent does something like a Brawl or something. The Perennial Serpents are also amazing, and you have several different ways of having dormant minions on the board, both for you and for the opponent. And last but not least, we have Ziliax with the Twin Plus Perfect module, which gives you a good amount of healing and sustainability, but also it could be used for tempo. Again, with the help of a discount from a Spirit Peddler, you could literally do a turn 5 Twin module, Perfect module Zilly. Matchup wise, this particular variant doesn't have too much stats in it just yet, so we are gonna have to wait a little bit longer to see what that's about, but let's go ahead and see what the mulligan looks like, and here's what it goes when you're going first. The weapon is obviously always gonna be a no-brainer. The portal is fine, the Grim Harvest is great. As you can see, the win rate with the portal not so hot, by the way, so people might be overkeeping it, I don't know. I still believe it's not a bad idea, so you can get the cycle for your deck. Wyvern Slumber is good, Raging Fell Streamer is OP, Elise the Navigator is amazing, Infestation can help big time, and Access Scenarios might also be okay. Same can be said for Peddler, but if that's the case, that means you didn't get your Tusk Piercer, so it's not great, but still you'd probably be better off getting it. On the coin, the situation is similar. Again, try to get the good old 1-2-3s, and try to get those Peddlers nice and good. Overall, the deck is not super expensive or super cheap, but you definitely are gonna have a good time with this one if you know how to play it, and I really hope the guide helped you on that part. Now let's check out some of my games on my road back to top legend with it. Hope you enjoy. What do we even want to do with that one? Bro, this pixel shit has no room in Hearthstone, I can tell you that much. At least it ain't AI pixel shit though. At least it ain't that. But it's really triggering. Okay, going second against the Shaman. Think I'd keep it like that. Kept the first card, guys. He's a quest. And otherwise we tell ourselves. Okay, worst case scenario, we could get ourselves a free mana Window Shopper, but probably not worth. But yeah, I really don't get what the Borxigar package is doing in here. Like, is it like a last-ditch resort at the end for getting that 12/12? I don't know. Just a cycle? I guess, maybe. Another one. Not in a hurry for these. Okay, thanks a lot, Triple. Keep that in mind, I guess. Okay, next turn I'm gonna coin out the Raging Boy. Turn after, we get the Peddle away. Turn 4 Peddlering Man. Be a lot cooler if he doesn't have a hex for him, but they usually don't. He better not, he better not. Peddler me sideways. That was guaranteed, by the way. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Should have left myself with something to fuck up the Peddler in. Yeah, sure thing, mister. That's exactly what we're trying to do, obviously. Okay, that ain't bad at all. That ain't bad at all. Also gonna go ahead and do that. I'm in. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Lol Crest. Appreciate ya. 5 stream streak. Love to see that. Love to see that. Okay, let's go. I can do a huge stat dump next turn if he gives me a 5 attack. Well, no. 5 wouldn't be enough to get the 6 ones out, but still. Sounds fun. See what that do. With the Dormant, I could actually pull off the Snick. There you go. But, what am I talking about? That's never happening. Battlecry triggers twice is kinda cool. Down to have that in hand. Bob is a cards. I'd rather not. What's it gonna be, man? What you gonna do? Sure. Maybe at least wasn't a bad pickup there. Okay, that's a big ass Zilly. Discount that Zilly in particular, I guess. I guess.
I grow impatient. Insignificant. Vengeance is mine. Insignificant grows short.
I don't know. Feels fine. Kinda silly that double discounts landed on that shit. Wasn't so amazing now, was it? That's fine. Thanks, man. Appreciate ya. Easy does it. Oh man, I wanted to kill him with the dick. Oh man.
The Lich King. You will know pain. This ends now.
Okay, none of this bullshit. Anupka. Anupka. Against the Death Knight. Let's see how that go. None of that. Okay, Frost Death Rattle it seems. If I didn't know any better. I'm gonna do this, so next turn we're free to do this, hint of that. This thing's slapping me a couple of times would not be a very cash money for me. Not a big fan of this sticking around, but he's also not a big fan of playing spells right now either. We're gonna duke it out. If I top deck another Serpent, I will be able to play the turn after. We got ourselves the long one. Cool. That's mildly annoying, but we'll have to figure it out. Let me go ahead and do this. Sounds about right. Sounds about right. We have plenty of life still going around, so it's not a big deal. Would be nice to get the red card before he plans the 6. Drop Yiri. So far, not a single Death Rattle, though. It's fine. Feels like he's trying to cross the finish line. Don't you dare freeze that again. Nice. That went so well. Speaking of swell, let me go ahead and destroy this Weppy. There you go.
Vengeance is mine.
I think it's nothing but a face thing, but these guys are not supposed to run Frostworm, or are they? They are. Yeah, I think they are, so let's not get board locked. Technically speaking, I could have unlocked myself with hero powering, I mean with attacking and doing this, but I don't know. It's probably better like this. Off the top, people. There it is. Again, not gonna board lock myself with that. He cannot discover Frostworm for anybody keeping track. Triple rune cards are not discoverable. I was there 5,000 years ago.
I found a seer jet.
Misses me with that shit. Well, that was dumb. That was kinda dumb, not gonna lie. Another warrior. Oh, for sure. Ain't gonna save itself. Okay, I would rather this is a dragon warrior. Be a damn shame if it ain't. Yeah, it's pretty good, Tiara. Gave it a try last stream and I was decently surprised, I guess. Not surprised, but it did perform. Just gonna equip and chill. Don't want to be wasting swings if he turns out to be dragon. He did keep the far left though.
What horror will hatch?
Okay, dragon he be. Let's chill for now, I think. I'd rather not waste my red card here. It's gonna be much more important on something like Logash or some. I really hope this pulls a peddler for me. Piece of piss. Piece of piss.
Find me in the dream.
Well, that's gonna be a good red card. Target now, way things are going. Has to be. Harder, daddy. Not so deep. See what this do. Good amount of tempo. They're all ass.
I'm the perfect toy for you.
That ain't ass.
Another soul. Take rest.
Nice. That ain't ass at all. I guess I botched it a little though. Anyway, this thing needs to die. But I could have rushed that into this thing.
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
He is pushing my stool in. He's definitely not gonna leave me with this lifesteal weapon, is he? Another one. Bulwark me, dude.
Fight for the ages.
Something, but that's a lot of damage. Fuck. He did play a dragon this turn, so if he has the 6 mana, the 6 that is, I'm screwed. I have 22 damage showing. If I get +1 out of this, he dead, any? He better be. Please. Get forked exactly. No thanks to Borxigar, but yeah, I guess card draw is not that bad with him. Guess it ain't that bad. That went so well. Definitely could have gone Sweller, but the game gave me the stupid Ferocious Fellbat before the Peddler. It's a Peddler Demon Hunter, guys, not a Ferocious Fellbat Demon Hunter.